Okay, so I'm here with Julie Wild. She's supposed to be wild with the gold, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, that's
yeah,
hilarious.
She's got a brand new banjo pan, and I've got one that's been around the world, and up and down creeks even without me. But we're gonna go through and show you what the banjo pan can do, what it looks like, how to use it, and a couple of different modes that you can use it with. So now, one of the things with a brand new gold cube matting, the vortex mat, that's what we use in the banjo pan, is it'll hold air bubbles. Just take a look at this one here. See, it's been cleaned out, so there's no bubbles in it. But look at this one. Look at all them bubbles. If it looks like diamonds in there, diamonds are not our best friend. So you see how nice and dry it stays. So we're gonna have to get this thing seasoned and wetted down so it looks just like this one right here. See how the water fills it in and everything is good. So that's what we got to do with this before we get started. Okay. All right. Now we got the mat wet, all the bubbles out of it, so the surface tension that's on top of a bubble won't ride our gold to the next one. We're not out after a carnival ride for our gold. We're out to get it. Catch and release is not an option. Yep. All right, so let's just take some material. There may or may not be any gold in here. We don't have to classify anything, so don't even worry about classifying. Even if you got rocks that are that size, it doesn't matter, because it'll just shake right out at the end. All right, she's stronger than I am, so I'm gonna give her more. All right, now, so we'll just be able to pick up our banjo pan. We're going to get it underwater, and we're basically going this way with it, okay? So we're going to get it underwater, and we're going to get everything shaken down. So our gold is going deep. Now, if there's that big rock in there, you want to scrape it out, you can scrape that stuff off the top because our gold has gone deep. Now, once you get the banjo pan part of it full of water, you just start that same motion and start pouring it out the end. So you have to move your hand.
Well, let's grab it right.
All right, so there's a couple of big rocks in here. I'm just going to throw them out. Now, if I've got to get started again, I'll just take what's in the pan on the end in here. I'll just kind of like throw it back in the back there a little bit, put some water in there, and then come down again until all my material is gone. When it gets about to that size right there, what's taking you so long?
Not half as wild. Ooh, look at that piece of nice moonstone.
Yeah, squirrel.
Oh, squirrel.
But when we get down to this point, then I'll show you what to do next. Now, we've got two different levels of concentrates. See, mine's a little bit cleaner. She's still got a little bit left in there. If you're going to get this down to a point where you want to pan it to find gold, or if you want to make concentrates, you need to make the decision now. I'm going to show you how to bring it down to concentrates and take it home. So if we're going to bring this down to concentrates, then that's good enough. We don't have to clean off anymore. It'll take you about 10 seconds to go from a shovel load to a slush. So we're going to slosh that thing out. Now in that bucket are our concentrates, and we've got a clean mat ready for another shovel load. So if you get into an area that all you have is a bunch of material and no real big machinery, no high banker, no gold cube, no whatever, then you can bring it down to concentrates and take your concentrates home and work them out. So if you're traveling light, it doesn't mean you're not going to get a bunch of gold. You can just go through and make concentrates, take your concentrates home when you're a little bit closer to the refrigerator in the bathroom. Now, on this one though, let's say that we want to bring it back and actually see if there's any gold. So what we're going to do is we're going to get it in the water again. All right, now everything that's in here we can just take and slowly, we can treat it like a little sluice box. All right, so we're going to get that back up inside there. Okay, now we're going to get that material, and I'm just going to treat it like a sluice box. All right. So now I got rid of a whole lot of that blonde sand, and we still got some here, but we're not going to worry about it. Now I can just take and just see how you can push that up in there. I'm going to take this thing out, you know, keeping everything going into our pan. I'm going to take the pan, clean out the mat. Now once you've cleaned out the mat, nice and clean there, I like holding the mat behind this hole. It blocks the hole and it keeps you from setting it on a rock where it'll wash away. Of course, there's no current in this one. But now we're going to clean everything from the neck down into the pan, and then our nugget zone right here. I'm going to hold this underwater so the material can't ramp out, and I'll be able to clean that section out right there. Okay, see how it's nice and clean there? Now I can put my mat back in so I don't lose it, and I'm ready to start panning. Now here's the best part about panning with one of these. I don't have to bend down and get into the water like that. So to pan with this, all I have to do is go side to side, center my gold down there, and I'm just going to dunk it in and pull back. Okay, dunk it in and pull back, and that's going to take everything off the top. And and then you resettle it, dunk it in and pull back. When you get down to about a teaspoon, then we'll put it in the back of the bottom of the pan. Okay, so there's a big rock there that we know is not gold. But look, see, we got a bunch of black sand in there.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Okay, so we're going to take and put that back in the pan. Put it on the edge like we normally would with a pan. And then the, what do you call it, rubber belly, pat your head. Now when you get your banjo pan, it's good to it's good to sand the bottom of this, because it gives the gold a little bit of a grip. And we didn't get any gold.
That's a good thing. Who's ever running that pile didn't lose any gold.
Right. We're running somebody else's tail, so somebody did a good job. But just to demonstrate the use of the banjo pan, you've got two different ways. You got the production mode that we just put it in there to make concentrates. We've also got the last little slow motion flush across the sluice area and bringing it back into the bowl to check to see if you got gold. So this method right here is when you get into a creek and you're prospecting, you're going to ask yourself two questions. You got to answer them. Number one, is there any gold here? Number two, is it any better than the last place I checked? All right, so that pan is going to do that. Once you know you're in gold and you don't have any other equipment, you switch right over to production panning. And you just start making concentrates, because the more concentrates you can take home, the more gold you're bringing home, and you're not burning daylight out there. So go get yourself a banjo pan.